Welcome back, my dark beings, to the Dark Void, ruled by me, now 51, and welcome back to the WTF News, the anime and gaming version. Yes, I'm gonna let you know this out. I have three versions. I have anime, I have gaming, and I have anime and gaming, where both of them combine into one. When both of them are, there's something that's more common, which is becoming more common because nowadays anime and gaming are kind of getting to the point where it's more likely that. Unless it's exclusively about anime. But either way, it doesn't matter. Right now, we're going to talk about what something is a big issue right now that's happening. Which, if you don't know, we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Tarkov today. Yes, Tarkov. If you don't know what's going on, Tarkov has done an idiotic move right now. It has got basically taking the internet by storm right now. The gaming community and also the anime community have basically been upset about this. People have been playing this game for such a long time. In fact, it's been like since 2016, I think. I remember that this game came out, and yeah, it's been literally been hectic. Heck, in fact, I was when I saw this come out in 20 before we begin. I saw this game come out in 2016. I thought it was basically a good game. It was fantastic. It was a great game. I saw people like reviewing it a little bit. Some people were hesitant because they didn't want to review it because it's early access, but it pretty much got a pretty good review score from a lot of people saying that this is actually a pretty serious extraction shooter. If you don't know what that means, it means you go in, you get supplies, you do everything, you do this, and do this. Basically, objectives on the map, and then you get out with all your loot before you get taken out. Because if you get taken out, you lose all your loot. That's basically the whole point of the extraction shooters. Get your loot and get the heck out of Dodge. Which literally was, and it just sounded interesting. Not only that, but this is actually a pretty high skill level game. Because once you enter this game, you got because there's no markers for enemies. There's no markers for your friends in the group in the party group members thing. You basically have to do all by learning in the field. So if I remember the review I watched like years back, is that if you're planning to go in this, you gotta make sure your head is on a swivel because anybody could like come out a corner that could be an enemy, and that also includes your friends. Like if you gotta be very careful when you have friends there because you gotta make sure you're calling out, make sure you're letting them know that you're somewhere around, somewhere here, and then you gotta make sure you're ready, to basically take some shots at people in case they're not your friends. I mean, I've seen a video of somebody calling out, "Hey, I'm right here," and then they got blasted by their own companions. Like, oh man. And then there's their team members on the ground, like, oh man, there's friendly fire is no joke in here. You gotta make sure you're in constant contact with your team, which you can also play by yourself if you want to. But but like I said, either way, you need to learn the field, and if you're not alright with that, this is a high skill level. I was actually pretty interested. I actually wish that this was going to come on the consoles one day, but nah, it's early access and. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know if it's on consoles. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. But either way, if it's not, then if it is early access. It's been early access for like since then. It's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous how this has been in early access and it's still not like out the early access stage. They said it's gonna be coming out probably this year or something. I don't know, but it there's like so yeah. That's basically what I was talking about. And also, my knowledge of this game is next to nothing until now because I only heard about it like when it came out in 2016. Just remember that. Ever since then, I haven't not gone into any Tarkov game at all. I haven't seen any person do this until recently when I just randomly watched a video of a guy dealing with cheaters. But that was just. I didn't bother watching it. Not because I didn't like it, it's just because I was getting late at night and I just needed to wanted to go play my games. Because it's late at night. But that's the top. That's nothing. That's just me explaining stuff. What we're talking about here is how Tarkov has literally done an idiotic move. Sorry that I had to explain some stuff, but yeah, that's just me. But the reason I want to talk about it is that we're going to be looking at Young Giz's video right now. And I already reacted to this. I already watched this. But I wanted to react to you guys and possibly pause some in the middle of the video to talk about how this is such an idiotic decision by Tarkov. And as far as I know, this is currently the most up-to-date information I got. I think there's something else happened, but as far as I know, I haven't found the information yet. So let me know if there's anything else that happened by the time this video comes out, and by the time the Young Gears video came out, and also by the time my video comes out. Let me know down in the comments, alright? Actually, let everyone know what's going on. because this is like a ridiculous thing. But before I continue, I'm gonna have to say this: how such a game literally destroyed their own community. It is such an insane thing, and like I said, I'm probably gonna be pausing throughout this video because I want to give my 2 cents during this video because it is such an idiotic thing what they did. If you do, and I'm gonna tell you this now: if you don't know, basically Tarkov put a $250 edition, which technically speaking, it's already pricey enough as this. I mean, they used to have a $150 edition, and it is such an idiotic thing in the first place. I don't know how, but the CEO came out and basically said, "Oh, this idiotic things," saying how they're defending this, doubling down on this, and just saying that it's fair for $250 and some other assets, and not to mention it's basically pretty much illegal because they removed some assets that was in the 150 edition and didn't bother putting it in the 250, basically losing access to them. It's just ridiculous here. Also, just to let you know, I did watch 2 other videos as well, Angry Joe and also Lost Pause, and I will leave those links down below, including Young Yes videos, so you can tell because I watched all of them and they all have their own say in this matter. So please go watch all their videos as well. And yeah, let's get on with this video. And like I said, I probably might be pausing throughout this video just to give my 2 cents. But my gosh, the fact that this game literally just lost all their goodwill overnight is amazing. Especially how this year is filled with so many games right now. Now, I probably will get more thoughts on this issue, but I'm going to say this. Sorry, I just can't help myself. But the fact that there's so many games out right now. So many games out right now. That right now this year start out with some like lame games, and the only one so far was Helldivers, and that's currently the only game that I know of that's basically made it happen. There's currently a game called Stanley, which I've been hearing a lot, which I haven't heard of anything about it. So let me know in the comments if that game's good. But Helldivers so far, there's only like 3 games that I know. Is that Helldivers, Pal World, and what the heck was the other one? Oh, and Baldur's Gate 3. Those 3 games are the only 3 games that I know of that literally are loyal to their fans. Every other company so far has literally been like destroying their reputations now. But let's get on with the video, and like I said, I'll probably like pause it to give you my 2 cents, and it's just ridiculous how this is all happening. Once again, I will leave the links down below for all 3 videos right now, so you can go look them up without my beautiful voice. And also, WTF News is about spreading the word. It's not about me taking the credit. It's about me helping out the situation, because literally this needs to be talked about, because this brings a dark, unfortunate future for gaming. We do not do something about this now. And of course, like this. You were working well without
Escape from Tarkov.
Okay.
Wow, they burned that community goodwill like it's made of frickin'
Sorry.
paper. They've got the community all like,
what the hell is going on?
Exactly.
So for those who don't know, Escape.
Sorry, I hope I get an ad during this video because really it was working well without the recording software.
Essentially,
But
what you think of when you think of the extraction shooter genre, it's definitely one of the most popular games.
yeah,
in
and a
that
high skill
genre.
level, there. Like I said before, it's a high skill level.
And all the goodwill they've built up stands to crumble like a house of cards because of the way they've been handling their new edition, which they're selling for $250.
Which is already
We got a
expensive.
trailer right here for it. It's called the Unheard edition, and here's the trailer just to give you an idea for what exactly it offers.
Hold on, before I continue, I'll just let you know that Helldivers just did a crack at Tarkov, saying that they're saying a lot of things about it, and they even include this, that, hey, the price is so low. They even said this about it, what a tweet said. The prices are so low that it's so unheard of. What we're talking about right now. Literally, the Helldivers willing to do what it want, willing to do what it takes to make sure that no matter what, they say what it is. Seriously, we need more coverage like Helldivers to basically say what's on their minds. Seriously. Now, of course, let's not. Can't say anything off their minds, but still, continue on. Gosh, PC, please.
First, here we go.
Oh my gosh. Can I please get an ad, please? For once, I want an ad. But still, hilarious how they're doing this trailer right now, and hilariously they're doing to make it so impressive for some reason. to make it this is the best thing like sliced bread.
So that's the important one. Play offline with friends.
Which should be accessed with everybody.
This feature is exclusive to this edition of the game.
Which is such an idiotic thing.
People are pissed about. But beyond that,
no wipes.
as you can see from the list of features,
Of course, available for
there are
progression.
definitely elements to this that are pay to win.
Yes.
This edition, that's $250, will grant you tangible advantages.
I also say this. Oh, sorry, I just ate. But seriously, I have to say this. That this game, this also forgot to say is that this package also has freaking pay-to-win elements here that literally they're literally pay to win. And everybody in the community is like on fire because why is there so much in here? And like I said, $250 for basically nothing. Most of this stuff has nothing in here. And Rayonga is about to reveal it sooner or later, but I'm going to tell you this, there's one item in this game, I think some of these items in the games are basically not created for the game. And you'll see what I'm talking about later on, sooner or later. But still, the fact that this game, they're trying to sell you something that's pay to win, literally shows you how much they don't care about the community. I mean, seriously, so many years in early access, and they say they're going to come out this year, seriously, come on. At this point, you gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. But my God, it's such an idiotic thing right now.
Yes. If you purchase this package,
unique my butt.
but there's also an element of people who purchased a previous edition
Okay, here it comes. Here's something else that
being promised that future DLCs would be accessible to them
Look at here.
without extra charge. Those people are discovering that they have to essentially shell out an additional $250.
That's also another
to get
thing.
Stuff like
They
the
locked. That's what I'm talking
off-
about. That's also another thing here.
offline.
And like I said, that's also another thing here. That's what I'm saying. That it's illegal because they removed something that was in the
And all that
package of
will
the
be
last
detailed in a
one,
bit. I just want to make sure you guys see
And the
the
last
spoilers, so you
one-
have the full context of
and removed it.
what people
and
are criticizing.
the $250 you have to pay for that one just to get access to those again.
That's the trailer, and you can see from the
It is idiotic.
ratio how overwhelmingly negative the reception has been.
Close to
Only
6,000?
7,000
Whoever
likes
you
versus
are,
a
what is
whopping
wrong
over
with you people?
50,000 dislikes. Going
Close
the
to
official
6,000,
escape from
whoever you are. I don't know why you
Tarkov
like this. I don't know why you're
website,
watching
you'll
this.
find all the details surrounding this edition.
Okay, hold up.
the
But
stuff
before I
that
do on,
was
I gotta talk about how basically how the last package had like things that literally were promised to be in there, but then were removed for the 251. Which I'm gonna say this now, like it's highly illegal because you cannot promise something. Now this is U.S. law, just to let you know. So I don't know what the laws around the world are, but for in the U.S. territory, once you promise something to someone, you have an obligation to give them to them. You cannot promise something and take that away. Later on, you have to do it. You cannot just take that away because once you already release, because once you do it, that's basically highly illegal. I mean, people have already bought this game, bought this $150 package, which I've already said before that that's already expensive enough as it is. But I guess it's because to support the game, which has been out for like since 2016, which I'm gonna say this right now, if it's been out for that long, they should been able to basically get out of early access by now. By the way, $150 provides you with a lot of stuff, but also with the what he's talking about, the DLCs, future DLCs. But no, they removed that, and now you gotta pay $250 just to get that thing unlocked again. How ridiculous that is! That is scummy, and also a slap to the face of the community. Not only that, is also illegal. So which means, so as far as I'm gonna let you know that they have changed their minds. Thankfully, kind of. I don't know, but even still, this is still highly illegal to the fact that they literally promised something and then they removed it. It is idiotic, and even the creators was doubling down on this, saying that this is fair, saying that this is all right and everything, which is not all right. Let's continue on.
highlighted in the trailer, And you can see right here
There
the
it is.
asking price of $250.
$250. It's ridiculous already.
Which is rather ludicrous for a
Yeah.
game that is still in beta.
That's
and has been in beta
$100
for
extra.
7 years now. This game
Yeah.
launched in beta
2017.
July of 2017.
I thought it was 2016.
I mean, that is roughly the price of $3.5.
Somebody let me know in the comments.
AAA games. They're charging a heck of a lot for a game.
Somebody let me
that
know if it's
technically
2016 or
isn't
2015.
complete.
Somebody let me know in the
Yet
comments,
isn't
please.
fully out yet, but for
Yeah.
hardcore fans of the game, they're willing to let something slide as long as the developer
Which is unfortunate.
express a certain level of gratitude towards the community that made
Yeah.
the game what it is. And
It's scummy,
part
but,
of
ugh.
the controversy here involves a previous edition called Edge of Darkness, which was discontinued in January and promised that buyers would have access to all future DLC through a season pass.
That's
And
what I'm
yet the
talking about.
numerous
That's what I'm
perks
talking
that
about.
the Unheard Edition includes is not something that those who purchased Edge of Darkness will get, which is why a lot of people are labeling the Unheard Edition as pay to win. This is blatant. You get a giant head start in front of everyone
Yeah,
else.
that's basically what it
This
is.
edition, along with the PvE mode, is not included in Edge of Darkness.
Ugh.
I mean, when you look at some of the stuff that's on offer here, increased starting level of character skills, expanded PMC pockets, additional equipment and resources, increased
The
bench
251
reps.
has
I mean, yeah, this
more
guy has a point.
things.
This is stuff that will definitely give you
This
a
is pay to win.
advantage in a competitive multiplayer environment.
Pay to win.
So that's a huge broken promise right there. So right now the Reddit is on fire. On Twitter,
A lot
you
has
see
been on
that
fire
in
right now.
response to this trailer, people are not only ratioing this tweet, but also tweeting things like, I think it's a slap in the face to every Edge of Darkness owner to release a better version years later. Every
Yeah.
single Edge of Darkness owner should automatically gain access to this version, because that's what
Yeah.
was promised. You can see
That
right
was
here
literally
using
the whole
the
point.
Wayback Machine that the Edge of
Look,
Darkness
here it is.
Edition
Here's the evidence
promised
right now.
Free access to
Look
all
at that!
subsequent
Right there!
DLCs for the $150 that it cost to get prior to its discount. And what is essentially a brand new mode like offline PvE progression, that is
115?
downloadable
I thought it was 150.
content
Never
that
mind.
should
Sorry
have
about that.
been a part of this offer. Of
Oh, no, it is
all
150.
accessible
Never mind.
For
I'm
free
correct.
to those who purchased the previous.
So they should get those
And
supply,
yet,
the
those
stuff
folks,
in the last
some of
one,
the initial
in the next one.
supporters of this game are being made to spend another $250 to access this feature that should be available to them.
Yeah,
and here's
they
the
were promised,
insult to
which is
injury.
literally
the development
illegal if they
studio
did.
Battlestate Games responded, and the justification
Oh, here it is,
they
here it
gave
is.
was that the offline
This is the doubling down right now.
is not technically DLC.
My
but
boy,
rather
it isn't.
a unique feature which is available
Unique
only for
feature,
the
my
owners
boy.
of the Unheard Edition. They basically said that they get to decide what is considered DLC. and
DLC,
what isn't.
my boy.
They get to distribute that label to the content that they release, and based on that,
Sorry about that, but I had to give my 2 cents that the moment a company thinks that they can basically control how people think and say how they can decide how something is not, is such an idiotic thing for them to do. Literally, seriously, the moment a company thinks like that is the moment you need to decide for yourself that whether or not you want to keep supporting this company or whether or not you want to just keep letting it happen. Because right now, this company is literally saying that we're basic idiots for thinking that this is DLC. And that we should listen to them, how this is not DLC, and so you should not be upset about this, which is seriously idiotic. Why are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, this is literally DLC. You are providing DLC. You're literally providing items that is in the game for DLC. Literally, I mean, I don't want to do this, but other companies have done this, and basically this is not different from those. Those are DLC stuff. This is DLC stuff. And I'm going to tell you this now. This is literally DLC. I have seen other companies do this. And like I said, I don't want to say this, but the other companies have had games where there's items in the game, like starter items. Like it's mostly in the JRPG section. But with starter items, some of them free. With starter items where you give you a head start in the game, which you can basically earn them in the game anyway. Either way, which I'm going to say, which you can. But either way, give you a head start, and they are called DLCs because why? Because they're DLCs. They're downloadable content. So yeah, I don't know what the heck the CEO is talking about, but it is DLC.
they get to decide whether the promise of all future DLC getting transferred over to purchasers. Of
No.
the
That's not how that
gets to be
works.
fulfilled.
That's not
just
how
the
that
fact
works.
that this game that's an early access is charging for editions that are $150, $250.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to say this now, but this one I was thinking about this yesterday, but before to see if there's any more of this situation, and in my head it just kept saying that this is basically a scam at this point because it's been in early access since 2017, 2016. Please let me know in the comments if that's correct because I think Lost Pause videos showed 2016. I don't really know for sure, so please let me know if I'm wrong. But to me, at this point, if this has been going on for like this many years, how it just makes me think that, man, this is just basically a scam at this point because if they're doing this now, just to let you know, I don't know how long they've been doing this packages lately. These packages, like I said, this is only recently that I started hearing about Tarkov again. So let me know in the comments if there have been any points in the years before that there have been like any other packages, the bundles throughout the years. Let me know in the comments because if they are, then this is basically technically a scam at this point. Even then, it's still technically a scam because they're offering something that literally should not be offered in the first place. Not only that, it should not even be offered for people who already purchased the last package. So it's technically a scam at this point. It's basically highway robbery. Continue on.
That's already egregious enough. But
And the
fact
fact
they're willing to screw over the hardcore fans who are willing to partake in their monetization tactic and not keep their promises and making it about semantics in terms of why their promises
Which is
aren't being
idiotic.
kept. Like, of course, that's going to generate this level of
A lot of people are pissed right now.
It didn't take long before they got community noted on Twitter. New game modes
There you
are
go.
generally accepted as DLC if you put them behind.
There.
In other words, the developers don't get to define what is DLC and what isn't.
If you purchase something
for them and their business model
for your
DLC
game,
is
it's DLC.
Content that is downloadable is downloadable content.
Yeah.
Which is precisely what this new game mode is. This offline PvE mode
Exactly.
is a brand new feature. It is
It
new
is
content,
idiotic
a new mode that
how they think
you
this way.
download as an additional part of the game.
It's
that
DLC,
wasn't there before.
regardless.
Therefore, it is by definition.
Like I said, other games have
literally
other
a
items for
DLC.
less.
And them labeling
And they're
it
still
as not
DLC.
but a unique feature does not change
That's
that
not-
fact. Which is why another.
I'm gonna tell you this
video
right
feeds right here.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If they say this is a unique feature, then put it in as free DLC. Then, as for free, to say it is a feature, that you just update the game and then you put it in. There's a difference between DLC and feature. Feature is that you put it in the game and you don't have people pay for it. It's basically updating the game. DLC, you're paying for it and you're downloading it. Even if it's free, it's still considered down DLC because you're still purchasing it, even though it's free. Seriously, now that's my definition of feature. Because, like I said, and let me know if I'm wrong, but like I said, features is basically when you add it to the game. DLC is when, whether it's free or not, or paid, you're still downloading it. So the fact that this CEO is trying to defend this, that saying that no, this is not DLC, it's literally pissing me off.
Here that not only is this DLC, but you straight up said that those who purchased EOD or Edge of Darkness will receive free access to all subsequent DLCs.
There you go.
Which should include.
That's basically what it is.
PvE mode that is just straight up DLC, no matter how much Battlestate Games tries to say otherwise.
You can say what you want, but no.
It matters even worse by trying to focus on accusing another game of
this one
that is of a similar genre of plagiarism amidst this backlash, saying have a nice 20-minute adventure in the blatant plagiarist game. This is in response to this game taking advantage of the Tarkov backlash to try to get people to play their
which is smart.
Taking in all homeless shooter looter with a big wave goodbye to Tarkov today. We're here to welcome you to Kimona. For Battlestate to think that they can garner community support given the situation that they've created for themselves and how much
it's such an idiotic thing
over. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking with prioritizing this.
Sorry. I gotta put my 2 cents here. That seriously, this company is so petty right now that they're basically just went after another game, even though their game is not even that unique. It's literally not that different from any other shooters. And in fact, the only unique thing is that it's a high-level system. As far as I know, I don't know if they're the ones who started it off, but their only uniqueness is that it's a high-level game. A skill cap. High-level skill game? Oh, no. But the fact that they're going after another game, which literally has the same genre as any other game, literally just means they're trying to basically pass the buck to someone else, trying to get sympathy, like what Young said, try to get sympathy from the community, which is not working. In fact, it's just letting people know that that this company is just literally just petty, and that they're willing to do whatever it takes to try to make it to distract the players that play their game from the very, very obvious $250 scam. I'm gonna call it a $250 scam because it basically is a scam. It's a pay to win scam. Seriously, really, seriously, Battlestate, you are so petty right now. The question is whether or not they're going to do like copyright takedowns
in their own
next.
house that they have to put out. They got community noted yet again with video games cannot be sued for plagiarism for simply being a same or similar category or genre. BSG or Battlestate games would need to prove that assets were taken from Escape from Tarkov and used directly in AB or Arena Breakout to begin legal claims of copyright infringement or plagiarism. It didn't take long for this tweet to get ratioed with responses like, you guys have no room to make any tweet about this. Shut the F up and get off Twitter. Here we have one of the most liked responses stating 20 minutes is still 10 times as long as I last against cheaters in your game.
Oh yeah, that's right. The cheaters are like rampant in that game.
The mere 2.9 thousand likes of this.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where I got my head in my head, because that game is filled with cheaters right now. It's like literally it's been years now, and the cheaters are literally running rampant. It's basically the cheaters are the ones running the asylum, and I think Yang will talk about this later on. But the cheaters are running rampant in there. Remember when I say that I was watching a little bit of the video of a guy like hiding out, stopping cheaters? The reason why that was going on in that video is because that people have figured out how to enter a locked off room, which if you get a certain key, which I think is from a raid dungeon. I don't know. Let me know in the comments where you get this key. And you go to this locked off room and you open it up and you get like all high level loot in there. I think it's high level loot. And then that's your reward. The problem is that cheaters have found a way to circumvent this by basically platforming from the outside into this loot room. Now, as far as I know, I don't know if they patched this out and now this room is now inaccessible to anybody, but a lot of cheaters have been literally finding a way to get into this room without the key and literally nabbing all the supplies in that room, and basically running off with it. And anyone who uses that key basically comes into an empty room. Basically, all your hard work is basically thrown out the window the moment someone decides to like go into that room and take those stuff for themselves. I mean, it is literally such. When I saw this, I was thinking, what the heck is going on? Thankfully, that person's like camping out in that room. Is also camping out of the room, making sure nobody steals the supplies. So that's pretty good. Even still, the fact that this is allowed now, as far as I know, I don't know if they patched it. Let me know in the comments. But even still, man, I wish I can. Oh man, I don't remember the video. I may have to look. I may have to look for it just so you guys can know what the heck I'm talking about. Hopefully I'll have it. If I haven't laid it down below, I will leave a link down below if I can find it. But still, even then, man. But please, let me know in the comments if you know what the video I'm talking about. But even still, the fact that it has to take somebody to basically camp out in the loot room just to stop cheaters from taking the supplies is insane. It is basically insane. I mean, seriously, what is this world? What is this game? And like I said, I don't know if they basically patched that out, but even still, the fact that this was able to happen is ridiculous. Let's continue on.
8 Games tweet. Here we have somebody else saying, for whatever reason, it's saying I can't see this tweet unless I pay another $100. Any other Edge of Darkness account seeing that? Cannot overstate how pissed the Escape from Tarkov community
they should.
About the situation, especially because Battlestate Games keeps doubling, tripling down.
Oh my god!
Straight up lie.
Yeah, they've been doubling down on this.
Offline PvE mode is not DLC.
My boy.
The Reddit response that they provided to the situation, they kept labeling the DLC content from the Unheard Edition as new, unique features.
It's not unique.
Then they had the audacity to try to make this offer that only serves to add pepper flakes to the wound.
Oh my gosh!
The folks who've purchased the Edge of Darkness.
Oh, here it is. Here's something that I need to talk about.
These additional elements alongside access to offline PvE, but only for 6 months.
This is a slap to the face or peppers in the wound.
The Edge of Darkness edition. Just temporary access to a
And now that's also something that we talked about. Like I said, it just said only temporary access to the freaking thing. Temporary access to this. Why? It should be free access to everybody that had purchased the last edition. Even then, it should have been purchased to be free to everybody. But even still, the fact that they're saying, "Oh, you only get 6 months access," is literally like for me, for salt in the wound, peppers in the wound, or freaking slap to the face. Either way, I know which analogy you want to use. Is literally that is such an idiotic excuse, and the fact that they're still doubling down on this, the fact that Battlestate is still doubling down, tripling down, probably even quadrupling down on this, is such idiocy. It literally idiotic. I mean, this is all because of the backlash, and they're still trying to take it as a way to try to get the community back on their good graces. But in reality, they just making sure trying to get them on their good graces just so they ignore the fact that this is basically a $250 scam. Continue on.
Downloadable piece of content that was promised for free as something that they would just be
for
receiving
free
at no extra charge with no strings attached.
That's where it's supposed to be.
That they offered temporary access to high priority matching.
They could just let it out for free, but no.
High priority matching
6 months.
Feature that makes it
high
easier
priority
for people to matchmake with others, so it takes less time.
Now that one is a sad thing.
People who've been supporting this game have to pay for that kind of privilege. That's
idiotic.
Not going down well either.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
To this Reddit thread include 6 months temporary. Are you on crack? Dude, 6 months. What do you mean? Are you joking? Give us permanent access to the DLC you promised that you would.
See,
and some
here's
people
the
feel that it's absurd that priority matching is even a
priority
thing.
matching, huh?
The higher you pay, the more of an advantage you have at the opportunity to get into matches, which is kind of just not even pay to win, it's pay to play, you know what I mean? Or
now it's pay to play now.
That isn't disruptive. So yeah, suffice to say that response didn't go down well.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Battlestate Games followed up with another response the
following
day on April 27th.
What is it? Did they finally break down?
When they tweeted this Reddit post.
Oh, there you go.
Quadruples down on the
they did quadruple down.
And this false
God
that
dang.
the PvE game mode is not.
Would you shut up? It's DLC.
In our understanding,
in your understanding is BS.
To the game is offline PvE, which is a brand new game mode that didn't exist before.
It literally saying it. That basically they're saying that it's
enough.
In our understanding,
expressing complete admonishment.
Yeah, in your understanding? Well, you need to change your understanding.
For free to those who purchased the previous edition, not a major addition to the game.
My
butt
cheeks.
What their own definition of DLC is, stating that it's
that.
Stuff like functionality and content that are released after the official release of the game as a themed DLC pack. Scav Life DLC, for example, which will add a lot of new mechanics and content for Scav gameplay.
Oh my gosh.
Even within this definition, a brand new offline PvE game mode is a significant new functionality and piece of content. Just because the developers have a very specific idea for what a DLC should be, doesn't mean that the DLC that they release that they don't want to label as DLC is not DLC.
Yeah, it is DLC.
Just like how just because EA wants to call loot boxes surprise mechanics does not make them not loot boxes.
Yeah, you just changed the word. It doesn't change the function.
Give everyone access to the offline.
What's the idea? Oh, here's another thing that I got me pissed as well.
This specific functionality of the PvE mode is necessarily located entirely on a separate network infrastructure. You play on our servers only in closed mode. At this stage, it is not possible to launch all players who are Edge of Darkness holders. Right now, we simply do not have the resources for this. I mean, I don't know. From what I can gauge, this game is monetizing pretty well and is...
I'm going to have to say this to how idiotic that is. How idiotic that one is. Saying that, we don't have the resources. But you don't have the resources. People paid you $150 for the last edition, and they are paying you $250, which unfortunately people are paying for this one, which I wish they wouldn't. I don't know who you people are, but if you're paying for this $250 one, why that? You're literally helping ruining this game. But seriously, if you're paying for this $250, like I said, ruining the game. But still, the fact that people are purchasing both $150 and $250, or just makes no sense. The fact that there's... My brain is rotting. Hold up. My brain is rotting right now. Oh, okay, sorry. It just made me forget something. What was it? Yeah, like I said, the fact that they're saying this and saying that they don't have the resources is BS on the fact that people are literally giving them money right now. There is no way they don't have freaking resources right now. But what's funny is that if people, but here's the thing, I watched one of Angry Joe's videos talk about the situation, saying that, oh, he's just using it to buy his Lamborghinis. He's just using it for his Lamborghinis, his freaking cars. You know, that's basically what he's using the resources for. I'm going to tell you this now. That's basically what the resources are being used for his Lamborghinis. He's not using it to help the game. He's using it to help himself. Seriously. People are paying for this game, are paying with these DLCs and these packages, and yet they have the audacity to say that we don't have the resources. It is idiotic.
Ballsy enough to charge $150 to $250 for editions.
$100 extra.
That isn't technically officially out, that isn't at 1.0.
Yeah.
It's hard to buy into the idea that they don't have the resources.
This is just a scam.
And even then, you made the promises that you made.
Yeah.
You charge
somebody needs to start suing.
Letting people
it's only a matter of
believe
time before
that
they
if
get
you
sued.
spend
Well, actually,
that
wait,
money,
no, I'm gonna hold
all
that
content
back on
from
that.
here on out, you won't have to pay for anymore. $150 is all you have to pay. That was the promise that you made.
And then they made a package.
Now they try to assuage the situation by saying that we observe your dissatisfaction.
Oh,
and have decided that the functionality of the PvE mode will be available for free to all owners of the Edge of Darkness version at the release of the game.
No, release of the game
to the required capacity.
Release.
So not during beta,
but we don't even
after
know.
The game launches officially after it goes 1.0, which who knows when that might be. The estimate right now is that Escape from Tarkov is
hold on, here you go.
expected to
I'm not
leave
gonna give my
beta
2
and
cents
fully
on this.
launch sometime in 2024, likely late 2000.
It says that, but after this situation, who knows? Maybe there's gonna be something. But I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt on this one. That maybe they're gonna basically there's gonna be. Hold on, I'm gonna let Yang talk about this. Then I'll talk about myself.
2024, but that's not a sure thing. It is an expectation, but that could very easily get delayed for any number of reasons. We're still in the dark as to when the game will officially.
Yeah, the fact that they're saying this, oh, it has to be. We'll officially release it to everybody with EOD when the game comes out. But that's the question. It's supposed to come out this year, right? That's what he said. But the fact that it may get but here's the problem. It may get delayed. It may get they may delay the game. They may basically say, oh, we need to. There's too many good games coming out that month, or something, or anything else. Could potentially they were gonna push back the release of this game, or in other words, they may intentionally do this just so they don't have to give EOD players the game, basically the EOD thing. That's what I think. Now, but not that's what I think, but that's just me being a conspiracy theorist here. That they may intentionally just push back the game just so they don't have to don't have to obligatory, whatever you want to call it, give EOD players this feature. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Because remember, they're trying to get people to pay for the 251 because they don't want people to basically get this for free. That's what I think. If all of a sudden we see multiple delays, now the first delay, that may be because of the game. Second delay, maybe, okay, that's 2. But once you get to the third one, now we're going to see some suspicion here. We're going to see some suspicion here that the fact that you're doing the delays 3 times already, it's going to get people to start thinking, are you doing this because you don't want to give people this feature? That's what I think may happen. Now, I'm going to be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But that's what my conspiracy theory brain is thinking of. That they will intentionally start delaying this game from release just so they don't give EOD owners the satisfaction of getting this a DLC. That's what I think. Now, like I said, I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, but that's what my brain is thinking. The fact that they are basically they caved in enough to do this is good, but idiotic in the long, but still completely idiotic. Because they're still trying to justify this in the way they're saying, oh yeah, don't worry. Which, in the end, they should be releasing it for everybody now. But of course, they have server issues because they don't have enough resources. Which is BS in its own right. Continue on.
Launch, and therefore, even with this offer, we're in the dark as to when
And
Edge
this is still
Darkness
something people should be
purchasers
pissed
will be
off
able
about.
to
People should
gain
not stop talking about
access
this after
to
this.
PvE mode functionality. That is very much new content that can be downloaded, and therefore it is DLC.
It is
Another
DLC.
offer that they made was a 50% discount to those upgrading to the Unheard Edition.
That
the
is slap
Edge
to the
of
face.
Darkness Edition,
That is
but
slap
half
to the
of
face.
$250 is still $125. That's
Yeah.
still a lot of money. They
Yeah.
make another silly offer in the form of offering a free Left Behind Edition key to everyone who's already purchased or upgraded to Unheard Edition at the old price from the Edge of Darkness Edition. So for those who weren't able to take advantage of this,
Okay, there you go. And also, this also goes into my conspiracy brain here that they're trying to get people to purchase the Unheard of edition, edition, because they don't want people to buy the cheaper one, which is the Edge of Darkness one, which I think is already over. Yes, I think it's already over. That's what he said. It's already over. Because they don't want people to keep talking about how this one was better. They want people to take this because, like I said, they want more. They're greedy and they want money here. And that's what I think was talking about. They are literally trying to get people to pay for this because this has the features that people want. Unfortunately. It's idiotic and still doesn't make sense to me why they're doing this in the first place.
is 50%.
Which, do not pay for this at all.
But that is such a useless offer. You're giving people a free key to an edition that is essentially an inferior one from the Unheard Edition. That is basically Unheard Edition, but less features. That is $82. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Give it to a friend? But that doesn't alleviate the fact that promises were broken as to what Edge of Darkness purchasers would receive in the future. And then one last offer that they make is giving players the ability to purchase a separate early access to this mode.
Oh my gosh.
Edge of Darkness owners, a 70% discount for the purchase of early
Slap
access.
to the face even more.
You making the content that was promised for free
They
cheaper
keep
does
slapping in
not
the face.
change the fact that you're still charging for content that was promised to be free, and
it should have been now. It should have been now for free. It's DLC
being broken just to a lesser extent after the severe backlash that you're now.
I think they updated. I think they basically updated something
throughout this debacle. It feels like the developers have put out the worst response possible, especially with their insistence that the offline PvE mode is not DLC.
They're gonna get sued by this at this rate.
Cannot be applied
now, like I said,
to what is
I want that off.
Content.
It is DLC.
It's just new functionality.
Not function. That's not the
content, and therefore it is DLC. You know, and so
update the game. Its features. Purchase it.
Bridges
it's DLC.
Completely burned goodwill.
They're ruining their goodwill,
and
it won't be long before they lose their entire fan base.
Is functionally unusable and a catastrophe. It continues to be flooded with spam decrying battle state in the game. There's clear universal feedback that's being applied to this situation. Offer offline PvE for free. It should not be paywalled in any way, shape, or form. It is scummy to do that in the first place, and it's doubly so when you promise people who purchase
it's illegal.
The last $150
it is basically illegal
that they're going to get stuff like this for free, and you applying your own definitions and labels to what DLC is and isn't is just not going to cut it. Completely walk back on this. Give everyone access to this.
They need to change their ways now.
You have to take
immediately
some losses and whatever money, resources.
They need to.
Name it. I mean, you got to take the hit then. And
they
you got to
take
realize that this is about the long game. If you want Tarkov to thrive, you need your community. And this is a game that is so popular that you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like financially in the long term, you'll live. Be straight with the community. And
the people will support you.
Give them what they deserve, frankly. Like, that's the only way out of this. Otherwise, expect the backlash to continue. Expect trust to continue to break down.
And get ready for your game to shut down at a certain point.
That means that for your future,
unless for the loyalists that keep paying for this.
Apprehensive about participating.
Heck, if this ever comes out on consoles, I don't want to play this game at all.
And it may
I'm not playing this game.
Much more.
I wanted to, but not anymore.
It could have been done had you just backtracked right now on this.
They need to.
Don't try to pull something like this again. This is extremely greedy stuff.
It is.
Greed at this level will always surely backfire. And I mean, what better way to highlight that than the community reaction? The most hardcore community members who have been with you since the beginning, who are willing to shell out $150 for your last edition.
It's idiotic. The fact that they're doing this.
Or at the very
least, they need to change. And that's basically about it.
Below what your thoughts and opinions on.
And there you go. That's about it. We're at the end of the video, and like I said before, the fact that they're doing this now, just to let you know, this is the information I have right now. I think there's some other information happening right now, but as far as I know, I wanted to just get to this updated version of Young A's video. This is like, I think came out yesterday or Saturday. I can't remember, but this is the most recent video that I watched. There's another one for Angry Joe, like when he does his news thing. I think there's something else happening over there. So please let me know if there's anything. So please check that out. The video is recent, so you'll be able to find it. It's like literally he does it every Monday. So today or yesterday, depending when this video comes out. But either way, yeah, the fact of the matter is that how Tarkov, the battle state, yeah, is still trying to hold the line, saying, "Oh no, this is not DLC," is idiotic. But like I said, I think they did do a backtrack on this again, and I think they're planning to give people this. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below if they right now are they planning to actually give this for free, or are they still trying to double down on this, saying no, we're not doing that, or still. Or something. Just let me know down in the comments, because I really need to know whether or not they have decided to finally do it for free. Because right now it's idiotic, and plus the fact of the matter is that if now, like I said, this is the information I have right now. But if they promise something, you need to promise to give that to them, or else you are going to get sued. Seriously, this is grounds on legality that you do not want to deal with. Your promise, and plus, since people have evidence of this, it won't be that hard to justify that this is literally a legal binding thing. People purchase this in order to play this for future DLC for free. Seriously, at that point, you probably may get sued by people who are upset at the fact that they wasted money with this. It's only a matter of time, unless they change their ways. Like I said, there may be new information by the time this video come up. They may have updated, they may have changed their minds. Like I said, there may be other information. But like I said before, this is the information that I've seen so far. And it is idiotic to the fact that literally that they think that they can get away with this. Which, no, that's not going to be happening. People are going to remember this. People are going to let you know that this is wrong. And they're going to let you know that this is an idiotic move on your part. And the fact that you keep telling your fan base that no, this is not DC is key, is like literally saying to people that, no, you're idiots. No, this is not DC. Why can't you see that this is not DLC and you're a complete idiot? It's like, really, what the heck? This is your fan base you're telling this to. The people who are literally helping you. You literally pay your freaking bills. I mean, literally, they're the ones who are paying your freaking bills. They're paying your salaries right now. Literally, the people who are playing this game are paying for your salaries. Literally, and yet you're telling this to them. I mean, it is such idiocy. But like I said, I will leave the links to basically Yonga's video. I will leave the link to basically Lost Pause's video. He talks about the situation, how this game is like his favorite game, and this is like his favorite game, not his all-time favorite, but his favorite game because it's a good game to play. I've been hearing good things about it, but after this, if it ever gets released and goes to the console, I'm not gonna even bother to even get it unless it's for free, and even then I'll be apprehensive. The only way I'm playing it is, like I said, it's for free. And plus, if somebody, and the other way is if somebody invites me to the game. I may play like a little bit, but unless somebody invites me, I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not gonna bother. Seriously, and I'm gonna put Angry Joe's video down below so you can see his reaction to this whole debacle. And it's just, and like I said, and before I continue on, I also link the link to the basic cheater video as well, basically where I was talking about how cheaters are managing to get into this room or exploit the game. Either way, it doesn't matter. Cheaters are like running rampant. Like, cheaters are like literally running rampant in this game. He doesn't talk about here, but Youngie doesn't talk about it, but Lost Pause talks about that one. But there's, like I said, cheaters are like so rampant that people are literally assuming that the battle state is like trying to provide cheaters more leniency than it is to their players, which if that's true, then that is idiotic. But my gosh, how this is filled. Like I said, I will leave a link to that video down below so you can see this guy literally freaking going after cheaters in that room so they don't steal the loot. It's like literally idiotic how this is happening. I mean, seriously, this game, like I said, Tarkov, you need to change your ways. Battle State, whoever is controlling this stuff, you need to change your ways now before it's too late. Because, like I said, it's only a matter of time before you get sued, and it's only a matter of time before your games gets to the point where it's unrecoverable. And the only people left are going to be the loyalists, the corrupted loyalists, who are literally bending over backwards for you to basically play this game. I mean, trust me, those are the only three things that are going to happen. And even then, it may not support the game for that long unless you put it keep raising the expenditure of it, which I don't want to have. But it also is a bad trend happening in gaming right now, where these companies are changing their games to basically for their own needs. I mean, like I said, these companies are literally changing the game for no reason other than to piss off their fans, or to be greedy, or for some idiotic agenda, or anything. And yes, so these companies are doing stuff thinking that they can get away with this, but as a community, as the gaming community and anime community and any community, need to start basically standing next to each other at this point to basically keep an eye on anything these game companies do to stop them from proceeding. Because at this point, this year is started off with so many companies doing idiotic things, making bad games, making bad decisions, and thinking that we are not smart enough to basically stop them. We need to be, as a community, every community needs to be on this right now to basically keep a wall against this. We need to let Tarkov know this is idiotic, and we need to basically keep an eye on every other company that literally are thinking that we know of that will probably take this idea and run with it and use it and be ready to hold that line to not let them, and to let them know this is not what we want. It doesn't matter who you are. Even if you don't play this kind of game, I still encourage you to at least try to support and try to signal boost it to basically let people know that this is idiotic. This is not the thing that they should be doing. Tarkov should not be doing this. And even then, if you don't even other companies where you're from different communities, doesn't matter. Even if, like I said, even though you don't play any of those other games or support the companies, you should still signal boost any information about companies being idiots in their practices. Seriously, at this point, we have had layoffs for no reasons, and now we have Battlestate trying to scam their player base, which they've already did scam the player base, into doing this. It is idiotic. And this needs to change. Seriously, we need to change these things. We need to do something here, because at this point, it's just getting so idiotic. Like I said, this year has been starting out bad, and so far, we only got so few games right now coming out that basically have been making us happy, making us still have faith in the gaming community that there are still good companies out there willing to make games for the fans. And I'm still glad for that. But my gosh, is it hard, since this year is still, right now, it feels like this is the year of bad idiot practices right now. But even then, either way, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you know of this situation and what you think about this. Let me know, are you against this? Which I hope you are against this. And are you fighting against this? Are you with this for some reason? I literally want to know why you're with this, because this should not be something you should defend. Are you planning to play this game? Or are you planning to stop playing this game? Heck, if it comes out, are you playing on the console ever, if it ever, or you wanting to play that on console, or do you, like I said, not want to bother with it? Or heck, if it's free, will you still be playing it if it goes free at that point? And even then, are you still not going to? But even still, and only play it if it's with friends, because at that point, I think that's the only way I'm gonna play this game, because if I play this, I'm just going to be reminded of the fact that this game literally tries to scam people out of their money. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think about this situation. Let me know of any other information you know of this situation as well. And also, of any new changes and updates that have been happening by the time this video pops out. And like I said, I have the links down below. And for right now, my dark me is like and subscribe down below. Comment and share it. Comment, subscribe down below to join my dark army. And also to help spread the word of what's happening. Like and share the video. Like I said, spread the word to basically if you enjoyed it. And also, basically, don't forget to press the black bell to be notified whenever my videos pop up. Or come to my channel every once in a while during the week to see if I upload or not. Alright, and also, please, like I said, once again, oh yeah, especially since YouTube channel doesn't bother sending out feeds to you guys. So, please, come to our channel every once in a while during the week. and also spread the word, because this kind of thing, signal boost this as soon as possible, because we need to keep signal boosting this kind of information, not just Tarkov, but also any other company that tries to do any idiotic practices. But because this is such idiocy that I can't. I'm freaking cooking right now because I'm getting upset. But either way, that's about all I had to say. Like I said, let me know in the comments if there is new information, and hopefully this is the last time we'll talk about this. If not, oh boy. For right now, my dark means dismissed.